weakness, I should say, awareness that can cause strain, repetitive task, illness, or lack of sleep. For most of you, it's lack of sleep. You, as under 25, you need at least 8 to 10 hours sleep. Many of you are getting 5 hours, 6 hours, seven, because you're trying to do three AP classes, you're trying to work, you're trying to do tennis, you're trying to do golf, you're trying to do all those things. Okay? Number one, physical strain, hard work. A lot of you do work hard. You're doing sports. You might work at a fast food place. You're carrying stock in and out of the freezer. You might work at a Home Depot or Lowe's. You're carrying stuff around because you're young people. Your boss is going to make you carry the heavy stuff. You're going to do the you're going to do the heavy stuff. If I'm your manager, you're lifting 25 or 100 or 50 pounds. Okay, I'm your manager. I'm going to tell you I need this whole area picked up by the end of the night. You can take as many breaks as you want. You're like, okay, this is easy, but it's 50 pounds per bag. It's 25 pounds per bag. You got to move everything. You got to take the setup down. You got to set the setup up. You think it's an easy task, and it could be, but at the end of the night, you're going to be tired. Your body's going to be aching. And then you say, Mom, Dad, I am really tired. Can you please wake me up at 5 o'clock so I can finish my essay? And guess what? The parents are going to say, no, we're not waking you up. You're very tired. Okay? Mental strain, stress, monotonous tasks, long driving trips. Many of you haven't taken those long driving trips yet. You haven't been to Chicago. You haven't been to Atlanta, Georgia. You haven't been to Kentucky yet. But you will if you keep driving. And if you keep driving for long enough, you're going to be in that setup. Okay? You're going to be driving and it's going to be very boring. So what you need to do is take breaks. Lack of sleep, that's the number one thing in your age group. You don't get sleep. Sun glare happens. Sun glare will make you tired. It will take your energy from you. Um, Overeating, that will make you tired. Your blood's in your stomach trying to process and get all this food. Riding in a warm passenger compartment. Many of you will do that, and you're going to end up falling asleep. Okay? Because you should be driving a long drive. Cedar Point, Mall of America, driving to New York, coming back, driving to Indiana, coming back. If you want to be good drivers, you need to drive on a very long trip. Okay? Let's talk about the effects of fatigue. You need to put questions in as I'm going over this because this is a short section. You're going to be doing that quiz. We'll hit you with a couple quizzes. You're going to see some videos, but you still got a big chunk of work to do. And I'll try to get you some specific segment 2 videos to help you. So if you have questions, you need to put them in. Okay, I have to show you that video about the road test. We'll finish that video, but you should be practicing your parallel parking. You should be practicing going through roundabouts. You should be practicing backing in a driveway. Many of you will practice. Some of you wait till the last second because we're humans. We're always going to wait till the last second. Okay? Effects of fatigue, impaired reaction time, judgment, and vision. When you're tired, it's hard for you to focus. It's hard for you to think. Example, I had to stay up to 3 Sunday night. I stayed up to 3 in the morning. Why did I punish myself? I don't know. Okay? We had some very important people coming in Monday. I was prepared. I was over prepared, but I made a mistake. They were actually coming in Tuesday. But I was prepared for the whole week. And these people came in yesterday, I believe. And a couple of people came in today, just for 3 or 4 minutes to make sure I was doing the right thing, and boom. Okay, so when you're tired, it impairs the senses and abilities. It takes you longer to think, longer to process. How fast am I going? Where's my exit? You're almost asleep driving, and that's going to happen to all of you. It's called micro sleep episodes. Again, you need to put in questions about this because you're going to have a test coming up. And if you fail it, it's going to put you back another 6 weeks. So you have to make this. I'm not there studying. I'm not there lifting weights with you. I'm not there shooting basketball with you. If you don't make time for this, you're going to end up failing your tests. Okay? So you have to manage time. And I'm not you and you're not me. I have things I have to do. You have things you have to do. You will study based on what you think is important. This is the most important thing to you, but so is you in school. May not see objects clearly or in a timely manner. You might miss your exit. You might miss a huge pothole in the road, run it over, and blow up your tire. You might sideswipe a car because you don't check your blind spot. That happened to me earlier this week. If I didn't look to my right and catch my blind spot indicator, I almost sideswiped a car because they were hiding in my blind spot. And I always look to the right or left first. And then sometimes you get lazy and you just turn on your blinker and come over. That's when a car's going to be there and you're going to get hit. Okay? Critical information. You went the wrong way. You're driving through your neighborhood, but the houses look different. You're 2 blocks over. You're that tired. Okay? So you miss critical information, signs, lights, and sounds. Sound could be a train, right? Your age group thinks you can beat a train, but you cannot because it's actually larger and closer than it appears. You can't beat a train. Trains always have the right of way. Early this morning, we saw in our location, we have about 137 people per year who are driving the wrong way on the expressway. Most of the time they die, head-on collision. People still do that, literally. They're going the wrong way on the expressway. They have a head-on collision and 2 people are dead. You're thinking, how do people do that? They are tired. They are not paying attention. It's very easy to make a left turn on the on-ramp, but it's really the off-ramp. And that would more likely happen to you because you're tired, you're younger. It will happen to me because I'm older and I'm tired. So we want to make sure that you're double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking signs. Next, takes longer to process information or make decisions. Experience is a good teacher. You have younger reflexes than I do, but I have more experience. That experience will save me from an accident. Your reflexes may or may not save you. The key thing is being saved. Here's a scholarly resource. Drowsy driving is one of the leading causes of traffic collisions. The National Highway Transportation Safety Organization, we're hitting up a scholarly source, estimates that 100,000 police-reported crashes year are the result of drowsy driving. So nearly 100,000 people across the United States have crashes. Some of them are sideswiped, some of them are fatalities, some of them are head-on. And if you have a head-on collision, the odds are very unlikely that you're going to survive. Okay? So let's look at drowsy driving. Who's most at risk? Okay? Who is most at risk? Drivers who are sleep deprived. You are. Because you're in your age group. You need 10 hours. You don't get 10 hours. I am, because I'm averaging about 5.5 hours. If I go to bed at 12 o'clock, I got to get up at 5:30 or 5 o'clock. Do the math. If I don't get into a deep REM sleep, then I'm kind of halfway asleep. I'm not really getting that nurturing, deep sleep. Okay? Driving long distances without rest. I don't drive long distances. I have about a 30-minute commute back and forth. You have a short one, 15 minutes, but you still can fall asleep. Driving through the night. You're not driving through the night. You might drive to Chicago or Indiana or Ohio or Memphis, Tennessee to go to an event. You should be driving, but you look tired. And your mom or dad like, nope, get out, I'm driving. Thanks, mom and dad, I'm not going to fight you. Or other times when you are normally asleep. Okay? Taking medication, that can increase your sleepiness. You should always know what you're taking. You should always make sure you know. I haven't looked at the questions yet, but if each of you put a couple questions in, please just say, how many questions are on the test? What do I need to do to pass? We've already talked about this. There are 20 questions. You need to at least get 14 right. If you get more than 14 wrong, you fail. So it's very easy to fail. If you drive alone, really easy to fall asleep, not engaged in conversations. Driving along rural roads, that can be boring too. Frequent travelers for business. Occasionally I do business trips, Chicago, Indiana, Kentucky. It's a grind. You might fall asleep 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock, and people are doing 75, 85, 90. You're around big trucks. Drivers with undiagnosed or untreated sleep disorders. That's some of you. Well, I go to sleep, but you're not getting deep REM sleep. Okay? It really depends. I'm not in the car with you. I'm being honest. I'm not in the car with you. I'm not doing push-ups with you. I don't play video games with you. I don't shoot basketball with you. I'm not in the weight room with you. You know your body. You should be able to drive by yourself. If you have to have someone who's going to keep you awake, someone's going to say, oh, you're falling asleep, then you're not ready to do that deep drive. If you are sleeping in class first hour in the morning and you know who you are, okay, if you sleep first hour through, well, my teacher lets me sleep, then you're going to fall asleep when you drive. If you're getting less than 7 hours sleep, and many of you do, you don't believe me, Google it, you don't get enough sleep. So all of us, me included now, because I'm getting less than 6 hours sleep, and once you get in that less than 6 hours sleep, it's really hard to break that habit. And then I'll take this into the end of the school year, and now I'm driving 10 hours a day, falling asleep. So taking medication to increase your sleepiness, you don't want to do that. Driving alone, travelers, young drivers, that's your age group. Shift workers, you don't work a late shift. You might work 4:30 to 8:30, 4:30 to 9:30, okay? There's only a certain amount of hours you can work. Commercial drivers, you're not commercial drivers, okay? You barely have your level 1 license. You barely are going to get through level 2. You hope you can get your full license, but some of you don't have 50 hours. Some of you haven't practiced, okay? Things are going good. Let's talk about fatigue warning signs, difficulty focusing. That could be ADHD. That could be frequently blinking. If you're that stage, you're going to fall asleep. That was me 4 or 5 years ago. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I was surely falling asleep in the car, nodding off. Like, it was terrible. What do? You got to get your rest. But if you're grinding, trying to do 3 or 4 AP classes, you are having a job, you're taking care of your little brother or sister, your parents work, you got to pick them up. You're like a parent, but you're really a kid. You're going to be in that fatigue state all the time. Well, I'm going to drink coffee. Coffee doesn't do it. I'm going to take an energy drink. Logan Paul is making money. You're not. Okay? Logan Paul is making that money. You're not. If you're messing with energy drinks, you're going to end up having a heart attack. I'm not your mom. I'm not your dad. I'm simply saying energy drinks are not for you. They have a tremendous amount of caffeine. 5, 10. You type it in. Logan Paul Prime. Let's just focus. How many milligrams of caffeine does it have? Type it in, guys. Logan Paul's Prime energy drink. How many milligrams of caffeine does it have? Type it in. I like Logan Paul. He's really a smart guy, right? He took on Gatorade, right? It put them on notice. His Prime energy drink, it's incredible. He's selling other things too. He does more stuff. So again, someone type it in. How many milligrams of caffeine does Logan Paul's Prime energy drink have? 200 milligrams. Are you freaking kidding, bro? Are you kidding? My heart will freaking explode, and yours would too. That would be so scary. My heart would be like a rabbit's heart. Bop, 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 bop. I'm already hyped. That's crazy. But there's some people who live by that. And if you're living by some type of energy drink, you're going to have a short life. Okay, well, I got to stay up. I got to stay up. That's no real life. You're going to be not impatient. You're going to run over people. I got to get to my job. I'm late. You're going to blow through a red light. You just had an accident. And you don't even know you ran through the light. Okay? So, and again, I'm not hating on Logan Paul's energy drink. He's a millionaire. And for some people, they live by that. Because I go and get gas every day, every other day. Okay? Logan Paul's prime energy drink is, no pun intended, it's in a prime location in refrigerators across the country. He's making, someone type it in. How much money is Logan Paul making from his prime energy drink line? Type it in. Type it in. Do your research. How much money is he making? He found a market. You are the market. Because he knows, his marketing team knows that you don't get sleep. They know people who are shift workers, teens, people in their 30s and 40s need a little boost. You put a little bit down in your coffee, you're good all day long. Okay? How much is he making? Over 200 million. Let's just breathe for a second. 2 to 4 million per month. Cash. That's crazy. 2 to 4 million per month, bro. 2 to 4 million. I'm just pausing that a second. I need to be on his team. But the question is, do I believe in that? Does that fit what I believe in? Probably not. Well, I don't care. I just want to make money. Well, if you want to make money, you'll do whatever the devil wants. You feel me? You'll do whatever the devil wants. If you think, well, I don't care about it, they can read the label. He's making 2 to 4 million per month. Logan Paul. Taking on Gatorade. Taking on Pepsi Cola. Okay? Easy. He's young. He's blonde hair. You look up to him. He represents, he's rich. He's got money. He had a Pokemon cart around his neck that he sold for over $4 million. You're laughing. He sold it for over $4 million. Yeah, he's cool, man. Okay, great. Go ahead and drink that prime. Okay? So if you're constantly rubbing your eyes and you're daydreaming, then you do not want to be in that space. Okay? Just being real with you. And I wanted to mention that to you because sometimes you just buy products because you like the person, but that's not good. Daydreaming, wondering, okay, disconnecting thoughts, trouble remembering last few miles. That's when you know you're tired, you're going to crash. Trouble keeping your head up, drifting from lane to lane. Can you see a crash happening here? You're getting ready to crash, go off the road, and you don't even know it. So we have to be careful on this. We have to be careful. I need you to put in some questions first because I'm explaining a real life situation, and I'm not your judge and jury. I'm your instructor. Okay, I'm your instructor. Put in some questions. I'm a teen. How do I deal with this? What do I need to do? Right? How do I deal with this? What do I need to do? Okay, so let's keep it going. You feel restless, irritable. You're not getting adequate sleep. Adults need 8 to 9 hours. If you have corrective lenses on, you need to have them when you drive. Some people don't have good eyes. Prepare for routes. Mental. What is there to do with becoming a rested driver if I'm a student athlete? Do you want to perform better? If you have a big event coming up, you got to get deep sleep. If you're not rested, you're not going to be at your best performance. You know this. If you're not rested, you normally average 25 points, you're going to average 10. Or you're blowing up plays that you should master. You have to get your rest. And if you're not rested, you're going to struggle driving. Is there any way to prevent drowsiness while driving? You're going to have to start getting rest. There's no way. Let's just keep it real. There's no way. You have to rest. Once your sleep cycle is interrupted, then you're going to get drowsy. You're going to have micro sleep episodes. Okay? We're asking some real good questions here. I like that. You're going to have micro. Give me 1 second, please. Put in more questions. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. So, could being irritable in the morning lead to aggressive driving? Yes. We all are irritable in the morning. You're tired, but that's because you didn't get good sleep. You should feel rested and rejuvenated once you wake up. You should feel refreshed. If you still feel tired and it's hard to get up, you need to get good sleep, right? It might not be best to drive, right? Maybe your older sister or brother could take you, but there's going to be some times you might have to tough it out. So you really got to make those good decisions, right? You have to. I like the question. So that's the tough one. You got to get your rest. And you don't listen to your parent because you think you know everything. When I was your age, I didn't listen to my parents. So they're like, okay, well, let them learn. Avoid medications that cause drowsiness. Drive with the passenger. Ineffective thoughts, tough it out. Play loud music, no. Chew gum, no. Open the windows, no. These are ineffective actions. The best thing you can do is rest. Take a power nap. Lock all doors, turn off the engine. You have to get your rest. And if you don't get your rest, you're going to end up crashing. Okay. Someone said, how do I balance everything like sports jobs, taking care of my family and getting it? You're out of balance, though. You're going to have to cut back on sports or your job or school. The number one thing is school. The number one thing is your health. You can't do it all. But I'm a 4.2 and I'm all state. Well, you're about to get sick and you're going to miss driver's ed. You're going to miss your state championship game. You won't get a scholarship because you have mononucleosis. You got very sick. You have a respiratory infection. So your body will break down. Okay, your body will break down. And eventually you can't do everything. So you can't. Okay, I don't know what you do as sports. Are you a starter? You just happen to be on the team? You trying to get a scholarship? I don't know what type of job you have. Are you going to work every day? Cut back on your work hours. Well, I can't. I need money. Are you straight A's? Yes, I study till 11 o'clock at night, sometimes 12. I'm taking care of my family. You're supposed to take care of your family. So you have to cut back on somewhere. You do. Or your body's going to fatigue. You're going to get sick. You're going to get an infection. You're going to get run down. You're going to fall asleep in the car. So, but we're being real, Zoe. I appreciate that. And that's real. That's just why I want you to hear this today. It is real. So you got to cut back a little bit. Wow, you're like, this is steep. So, because if once you get to that fatigue state, you're going to be there 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks because you need to get 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours of back to back to back to back to back to back high quality sleep. Put the phone down, no headphones, sleep with the light off, have the window cracked open a little bit. You can't answer the phone because if you're laying in the bed texting your friends 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you're getting like 3 hours sleep. Because I got 3 hours sleep this week and it took me a couple of days to recharge a little bit. I felt really good today, but I still feel a little groggy and tired, right? Um, Other questions on this. I really like the deep questions. How long does it take to catch up on sleep debt? Everyone's body's different. I would say do research, do a Google search. How long does it take? I'm thinking um, 3 days. Do a Google search. A nap can help, but if you have been staying up for 3 days, a nap is just going to give you some temporary relief. Because when you get into a deep sleep, your brain repairs itself, your body repairs itself. Type it in. How long does it take to catch up on sleep? You know, put in maybe a 15 to 20-year-old, put in a 20 to 25-year-old, put in a 30 to 35-year-old. That's the question you should put in. And we're going deep on this because you want to know. And if I can impact one or two of you who are not getting enough sleep, you're like, you know what? I can't work all these hours. And then your grades are falling, you're falling, your parents are going to take your head off. Honey, we got to talk to you. You had a 3.9, but now you're down to a 3.0. That's a B. Honey, you had a 3.7. You're down to a 2.9. 4 to 5 days. Okay. 4 to 5 days for 15 to 20-year-olds. Okay. So 4, 24, okay. Roughly 4 days, usually less than a week and 20 hours old. Okay. So a 20-year-old is different than a 16-year-old. Okay, give me some more information. If I can save one of you, I've done my job. Controlling your emotions, understanding one's emotional makeup. I understand how you feel because I had a job in high school. I played football. I worked at the YMCA. I was stacking money. I was lifting weights there. I was doing homework there. And then I could walk home. Okay. 4 days for several weeks that's a lot. 4 days to several weeks. Guys, you won't get 4 days. So you're going to be in that sleep groggy state, potentially 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And for you, 2 weeks or 3 weeks as a teen can potentially be like a month and a half of your life because you're in school. Okay, school is going forward. I'm an educator. You're taking a test, you're taking a quiz, some scouts may come in, your counselor wants to meet you, you're trying to get a job, you're going for an interview, you're showing up late, you're leaving early, you're going to lose your job because you're falling asleep. I've been there in the back, hiding somewhere asleep. I'm just being real with you. I've been there in the back. Where's he at? I'm here. But now they got security cameras everywhere. You're in the back warehouse between 2 boxes. No, I wasn't. Yes, you were. Right? So 4 days to several weeks for a 16-year-old. You thinking now. Everyone has additional makeup. Expect other drivers to make mistakes, understanding, direct emotions. Don't let peer pressure. You're going to have a question, peer pressure. Don't let peer pressure or group pressure allow you to make or do more risky things. Peer pressure. Don't get into an argument or discussion with other passengers while driving. That's going to make you upset. If you are low on sleep, you're cutting everyone's head off. You're cutting your teacher's head off accidentally. You're snapping at your mom and dad. You're going to have a problem. They're going to take the car. Then you're going to say something to your mom and dad, and then there's about to be a fight. You're going to say something to your boss. Your boss is like, what? You want to get written up? You're like, I don't care. Because that's what you'll say. I don't care. Okay, you got written up. One more warning, you're fired. Like, I hate the job anyway. You're fired. I don't care. You throw your little apron at them. Boom, I'm out. Okay? You don't have to quit your job. You need to reduce some of your hours. You need to make money. But if your money is interfering with your mental health, then don't do it. Okay. We're going to hit the aggressive driving and strategies for anger management after. I need you to do the segment 260 questions right now. I need you to do the segment 260 questions. I want to get you on this early. Do these 60 questions. Then you're going to do a couple of quizzes, see a couple of videos. So I need you to do the segment 260 question quiz. I'm going to give you like 20 minutes or less. Okay? Do that right now. And then I'll go over the other information because you're going to have questions. Hey guys, we keeping it real, man. What should I look for on the road test? Good speed control. Making sure that you understand how you're going to be evaluated. You can't run lights. You got to turn into the nearest lane. You have to be a defensive driver. You can't hit curbs. You have to make sure that you are fully aware of what you're doing. If you run through a light, potential failure. If you speed, potential failure. You should be practicing the route that you think you're going to be going on. Put more questions in. Sleep is underrated. How do I know? I only got 3 hours of sleep. Late Sunday night, early Monday morning. I got 3 hours sleep. That sent me into a negative sleep debt situation where I woke up Monday morning at about 5:30. I felt dead tired. I had important people coming, or so I thought. It wasn't until Tuesday. I overplanned. And I'm a planner. It's better overplan than underplan. So I planned. And then from there, they didn't come into Tuesday. And they didn't really come and see me till Wednesday or Thursday. But I'm always prepared. They're never going to catch me slipping. I mean, I'm always prepared. Okay? You are being evaluated by the invisible ghost. They have a clipboard. They're going to tell you where to go and what to do. Make a right turn. Make a left turn. Go in through the roundabout. Parallel park. You are preparing to take an important test that will determine whether you pass or fail and get your license. That's one of the most important tests you'll take. My flag has nothing to do with what we're doing. My flag represents the United States. Doesn't matter if it's made in your basement. What matters is I have it proudly. That's the most important thing. Where are our cars made? Across the world. Where are our phones made? Across the world. We live in a multicultural market. Okay? China, Mexico, Afghanistan, Canada. The reality is materials are made across the world. And that's what's important. We all need each other. Okay? There are great instructors in the UK, in China, in Arizona, Afghanistan, UAE, because I get in contact with them. So you really want to try to learn as much as you can to prepare yourself. This is why I decided to put this together. And it is resonating with people. Okay? You got to prepare for the opportunity to learn how to drive. It's not always as it appears. And if you don't prepare, then you won't do a good job. You have to do a good job. You have to prepare and really need to manifest positivity. You're going to have to give me 1 second. I got to get something. need everything. Get out of here. Get out. All right, to get everything set up. So you got to prepare for these situations, and I think preparation is extremely important. You got to really understand your goal. Your goal is to learn how to drive. Your goal is to prepare for this opportunity. Only comes once in a lifetime. And there are a lot of good instructors out here, but I'm really trying to help you prepare for your opportunity to learn how to drive. And that only happens once in your life. It's only a short window of time. And when you have a short window of time, every second counts. Okay, you're only 18 one time. You're only 24 one time. You're only 25 one time. And time is limited. Time waits for no man or woman. And when you prepare for these opportunities, you're going to be really successful. And it comes through preparation. Give me 1 second here. Preparation is the key. And I think it's really important that you prepare. I'm getting some good information for you. Okay, we're going to look at driving anxiety and then how do you fix that? Okay, that's extremely important because the essence of this is just teaching you how to fix it, how to handle it, how do you deal with it, and through these tutorials, you're going to learn more. You're going to become a safer person. Isn't that the goal? Isn't that why you're here listening? And for some of you, it's just a community, right? And I get it, okay? Because we all are here for a reason, and that reason could be various things, okay? So we're going to go ahead and talk about these things and then really help you set a plan, right? Because if no one discusses these things, you're going to live in a world of fear and anxiety. And we have to be brave. We have to take the time to talk about this. And why not? Okay, so um, number one, learning and the skill gap, teens and new drivers. Some of you are teens, some of you are new drivers. Fear of stalling the car. That happened to me when I was learning how to drive a manual. I kept stalling the car and stalling the car and stalling the car, right? Um, very scary. Stalled a car numerous times. Number two, um, difficulty judging speed. A lot of beginners struggle judging speed. Most of you drive too slow. Only a few of you will drive too fast. And if you drive too fast, you're going to end up getting a ticket or failing your test. Next, trouble gauging the size of a car. You're parking. You're sideswiping your parents' car. You're on the grass. You hit the mailbox. You have trouble parking. You don't even try to park. And that happens occasionally also. Okay. Next, the inability to parallel park smoothly. If you have the inability to parallel park smoothly, you're going to stress. And one day you're going to go to a downtown area and struggle parking. And you won't even go to a downtown area. You'll just stay where you live. Confusion about complex intersections. There are a couple of really intense roundabouts across the country that you'll never go to because it's just so overwhelming. And I've seen those areas before. They are very challenging to you. So you really have to be aware of what's going on. Guys, if you enjoy this, I need you to subscribe. I need you to lock in and join me on the journey tomorrow morning. I want to say thank you for all of you. Please subscribe. Bye, guys.